Hello and welcome to episode 23. I think today what we need to do is we need an effective way to get around the base. Well, the base in the world really. More importantly, if I press U to show the map rather than the underground, I specifically want to be able to get back to any of the deserts that I found. Probably this one, to be honest, just because it's got the largest area of sand. But quickly get there and back again without having to run back and forth all the time. We have a couple of options for doing that. Of course, the vanilla way to do it would be to use the nether portals, and they are a factor of 8 distance smaller than making the trip using the overworld. But I think we're going to take a more direct approach than that even. The dwarves need a Nexus, and this is where, if I press O, enhanced portals comes in. Where is it? Enhanced portals. So we're going to start building the Dwarven Nexus. So I think to begin this episode, I'm just going to start digging out this hallway this time. We have our agriculture wing, we have the science and magic wing, and now we're going to create the, well, it's not really going to be a wing, it's going to be the rest of the Dwarven Fortress. And all the different other places are going to come off this hallway. But I'm going to get to digging that out, and then I'll be back once I've gone far enough to start building the Nexus. And then I'll explain what we're going to do from there. See you soon. Feels like so long since I've looked at one of these raw dugout tunnels. So what I kind of want to do here is, from this point on, I think will be the Nexus. It'll be a series of larger rooms, bigger than these tunnels obviously, but similar shape to the crossroads here, although more square so that they fit portals. And just before that though, which is why I actually went into the agriculture wing at the beginning of the time-lapse, was so that I could reveal that little bit on the underground map, as you can see in the top right corner, so that I knew that I wasn't going to run into anything if I decide to dig in this direction or that direction. Because basically what I'm going to do from this point is I'm going to do some stairs down and some stairs up, and same thing from this side and that side, stairs up and stairs down. Reason being is that the Dwarven Fortress is actually multi-layered, and I have a lot of areas planned out for the future, and the Nexus is only one of them. And I think the Nexus, along with the stuff that will be built onto the science wing and stuff like that, or more onto the agriculture wing, is the last stuff that's going to be on this level. However, we want to get the Nexus rooms made, at least the first one today, because I want to actually get to setting up some enhanced portals. It'll be much like we do with the other rooms. It'll be raw looking at first and be prettied up later. But I would love to get at least one room set up, and then at least one portal linked. In order to do that, we also need to hook up power, so I need to lead power from the heart of the mountain, set up one of those ultimate energy cubes from Mechanism, because these portals are actually powered, which is one of the really cool things about them, unlike Mistcraft, which is just free. Sorry about that, flatmate's yelling through the door. So yes, because the plan is, and follow me here because we're looking at a blank wall, is that we have one room for the Nexus, which will be basically the portals which link around the base. There'll be a portal in there for the agriculture wing, and a portal in there for the magic wing, and a portal in there for the science wing. That sort of thing. And then there'll be another room, and that room will be like areas around the world. So that'll be like out here in the valley, or over here where we started, or up here in the desert, you know. So that's cool. I want to make it balanced. So I kind of want a third room, but we'll see how things go. Maybe you will just have like a very, very small version of the crossroads, and then link off one room over here, one room over there, and then another room if we need it later on, and we'll balance it that way. So I'm going to get to digging, and I will be back once I have something to talk about. See you soon. Okay, I'm back briefly. I just wanted to talk about the miniature Nexus crossroads, so to speak, sitting right here. So we've got the normal tunnel layout that'll go in each direction. There'll be very short tunnels, and I expect like maybe another 3 blocks in each direction, and then the connecting room. But so tunnels will be like 5 long maximum. But each of the portals in those rooms, or at least when you take a portal from anywhere else in the world, it'll always land you back in, let's see, basically this spot, so that you can be ready to take any other portal that you could possibly want, including one of the portals to one of the wings. So eventually, even though we've got all these awesome tunnels and everything, walking through them is a detour, because there'll be portals or whatever, like say right down the end here where the Ouroboros is, will be a portal right in the middle rather than the snakes, or maybe one further up that way and another one further up that way. Either way, if you step through that portal, it'll take you to that spot in the Nexus, and if you take the portal to the science wing or whatever, it'll drop you right by that portal that's yet to be imagined. But basically, yeah. Right now I'm thinking local will be on the left. I don't know why. This is just arbitrary, but local on the left, world on the right, and forward will be for something else. I'm not quite sure yet what it will be. Maybe other dimensions will be in that direction, like Nether and Twilight Forest. We only have 2 dimensions, I think, on this in this pack, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to get to digging out the other Nexus rooms, and I'll be back once I have something to show you. See you soon. Alright, so this is what one of the Nexus rooms will look like. As you can see, it's got kind of a design which means that we can extend it later on. We can just push this wall back as far as we need to and keep adding portals. With each layer bringing 2 new portals available. So we've got 6 to start with the way that I've dug it out for now. Only one thing I have to test is because the blocks surrounding these this relief here would be the portal frame. I'm going to need to go and test whether portal frames can be right next to each other like this, because that'll be one portal and this will be another one. So I'm going to quickly step away and do a little test on that, and I'll be back. Alright, thanks to testing, looks like I've got to push that wall out by 3, so I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Better we find out that stuff now than later. So now we actually have the gap in between each of the portal frames in order to make sure that the mod works correctly. So speaking of that, what we can do now is, yes, the room looks quite raw right now, but we can set up our very first portal. So I think we'll stick it right there. Why not? To do that, I have to make a few things though, so I'm going to head back over this way, back to the mini workshop. May as well keep smelting up this cobble as we go past. It's always useful that way. Got a little bit of extra copper, marble, limestone, coal. Nice. I don't need more than a couple of stacks of flint. Let's take a look at enhanced portals. What's that? Vintium torch. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by pretty things in the NEI menus. So we don't want to make boarded quartz. That's a bad idea. We want to make portal frames. I've actually made that mistake before. It does not end up well. But actually, first of all, we need a dimensional bridge stabilizer, which, as you can see, is pretty expensive. But fortunately, to start with, we only need a couple of them. So we're going to need 8 of these, a couple of diamonds, and 8 iron. Diamonds, iron, ender pearls, bridge stabilizers. Okay. There's a very specific way this thing expands. As you can see there in the multi-block structure thing, it's 2 by 3 by 2 by 3 by 256 thing. So it can only expand in one dimension, and it has to be either the X or Y. So we're going to have to find out where to put that thing. But that's that dealt with. We're also going to need the portal frames. We're going to need quartz blocks, stone and iron. Stone, iron. I'm just going to make a whole lot right now because I can. I'm not going to be able to make as many as I thought I was there. I need to go mining in the nether for some quartz, which is going to be needed for AE in the future as well. But 64 should do us for now. Put that back, put that back. We have portal frames. Next thing we need is 2 portal controllers, which is simply a couple of diamonds and these portal frames. We need 2 network interfaces, which is a couple of ender pearls and portal frames. And what's the bet that this one is portal frame plus redstone, huh? We need a redstone interface. Ah, not quite. It is portal frame plus redstone, but it's more than one. Alright, so we need 2 of those. It's that for now. Things are going to get a bit trickier in the future, but I'll show you how that all adds up. So next thing to do is we need to get an ultimate energy cube. I'm going to time lapse this little bit because it takes a bit of crafting, so I'll be back once I have one. And there we go, you get one more ultimate energy cube, and it's filling up off this one. But that will be going in our portal room and then linked up to the reactor downstairs. So speaking of, we're going to need these, which is always good. And we're also going to need one of those nodes. Let me see if I can remember. Oh, we don't need to remember, we have NEI. Extra utilities. We want a transfer node. So we wanted 4 of them. Right, ender pearl. Chest. One of those, and 2 redstone, 2 stone. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright. Redstone. Ender pearl, chest, transfer node, stone. It's 4 of them. 4 redstone blocks, and then no, 1 redstone block. Terrible. And 1 gold bar, 4 gold bars. Good one, brain. You did it eventually. Redstone, gold. Reason that is because we're going to start a new connection. Remember how I've put 4 power taps onto the reactor? It means 4 separate directions. And how many directions does our crossroads have? 4 of them. So, first of all, we need to set up the dimensional stabilizer. Dun, dun, dun. So we'll run off over here, and I think I'm just going to stick it under the floor, under here, and I'll probably increase its size going in that direction. So I think. Am I thinking? Am I really thinking? Probably not. Let's look at this thing. So it has to be 2 and 3 on one side. 3, it has to be 2 high, 3 wide, and 256 on any other side. So that doesn't make sense. It's not a 3 high structure, it's a 2 high structure. This thing is using coordinates correctly, because believe it or not, Y is not up, Z is up. So this thing gets taller, not shorter, not wider. So actually I can do this, and we can just dig down in the future. And how we turn this into a multi-block is we need our wrench. Boop, boop, boop. Right click. Thanks to a texture bug. Which I believe works actually in 1.7.2. We don't have a correct side there, but this is the dimensional bridge stabilizer. This thing controls all our portals, the power for all of them, the power usage, the stability, and all that will become apparent eventually through the course of us using this thing. But what we want to do here is dig underneath, probably dig this way, and I think I'll put the energy cube here, just like that. I'm actually going to need 2 of those power nodes, because I need this one to go like this. And actually this already has power in it, so that should have power. Yes, it does. Cool. So I can show you this thing in action without having to hook it up to the reactor, and I think I might do that off camera instead. So we can just cover this thing back up. Well, not quite actually. I forgot one other component which is incredibly important for this purpose. Location card. So we'll just go back to the mini workshop, and then we go back to enhanced portals, location card. Takes 1 blue dye, 5 paper, and 4 iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, and paper is in here. Okay, cool. 5. I think that actually gives us a few location cards, not just one. Yep, 16. Cool. We actually only need 1 of them for now, I think. No, 2 of them, because we'll need 2 portals. But if we run back this way, doop-be-doop-be-doop-be-doo, see, all this travel will be cut down eventually once we have these portals in place. Is that we put one of these in here. Now has the location set underneath in the tooltip, and then we kill this werecat, dig out the frame. So that's a thing. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes perfect sense. Portal frames. I'm stepping down when I stand on that. That's interesting. And that would be 1 portal. Now we're actually just going to dig 3 of these back out. Stick down a portal frame, a portal controller, sorry, a network interface, and a redstone interface. And you might be thinking, well, how do you know which one is which just by looking at them? Well, Walia helps, but I actually should be using these red dye, cyan dye. Get it? 3D glasses? Funny joke. but they actually let you see the different things, but because I'm using Wireless, I can just see them for now anyway. Then I right click, portal is initialized. Awesome. But the next thing we need to do is we need to give this an identification. Must set unique identifier. That's on the network interface, but if we do that, we want to set a unique identifier. So because this is the unique room, the local room, sorry, we want a symbol to represent local. I think iron is pretty local to the dwarves, don't you? And then because this is the agriculture portal, I think, or rather the receiving portal, or sending portal, sorry, we want something plant-like. Carrot, melon, apple. Let's go with apple. That's the unique identifier. Iron, apple. Cool. Now, network identifier. Click to modify. So this is the agriculture section. So let's go apple, carrot. Right? Cool. That is a network of apple, carrot. This thing is on the apple, carrot network. Well, the gold apple, gold carrot network. And something I don't have on me, but will need, is the... Oh. We need a new location card. Cool. And on the way back I'll get a couple of levers. But, let me run my butt over to the mini workshop because I need a couple of levers. A couple of sticks. Have the cobble in our inventory, that's good. Alright, good to go. I think I have everything. Now, it wouldn't be much use making these portals if we just put them at the start of the crossroads, right? So we're going to put them further in, and I think across from the cattle farm will actually be the perfect place to be it, since it'll be extending this way in the future anyway. So, alright, let's dig this out. We want to get rid of this, and then I think that's a pretty good portal. Let's dig these out. Without falling in. Just like that. Nope, one more. Alright, again, we're going to have to do this, and this time I won't actually build the parts of the frame we don't need. 1, 2, 3, perfect. Control it. Network. Redstone. Doesn't actually need to be in this order, I just like putting it in that order. Scales up. Well. Location set, put that in. Portal initialized. Awesome. Now we technically have 2 portals, but we need to give this a unique identifier, and since... please don't do that inventory. It's really annoying. Now we said local. And since the other one was apple, let's make this one carrot, because it's the apple carrot network. Cool. And then let's actually put that on the apple carrot network. Ta-da. And lever on. Bum bum bum. Yeah. Check it out. Teleporting from one end of the base to the other. And this is exactly why we did this. And then across from this we can put like the magic wing and then the science wing, and you know, it'll all be great. We actually need a better way of doing this, other than levers, because we don't want this to be on all the time, otherwise it drains RF like crazy. Basically it doesn't use RF while the portal is on. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Let's go in. Lever here, turn it on, walk through, turn this one off. No, that didn't work like I thought it would. Basically what we want to do here is we'll end up putting in a pressure plate system. Hello, skeleton. Which means that when we stand on it, actually I'm thinking of making it so when we walk into this room at all of the portals will turn on. Just because that'll look so cool. even if it's a waste of power. So we turn this back on. Ta-da! You can turn it off. Alright. But if I turn that on, as I was going to say, I don't know why I filled this back in, because I wanted to show you this. If we look at the ultimate energy cube, it is getting drained pretty fast. It's actually quite a quick drain on the ultimate energy cube, believe it or not. Because this thing has 30,000 RF, and I believe it uses something like, maybe it's in one of these tooltips. Never mind. But it uses several thousand RF a tick to run a portal while it's open, so you definitely don't want to leave them open all the time, or you're just going to rip through your energy supply. So, I think what I'll do now is I'm going to check on the time of the recording, and I'll be back once I have sorted that out, either to say goodbye or find something else for us to do. So I'll see you soon. Alright, I'm back, but only briefly. We have hit that time of the episode again. I'm trying to resist saying wrapping up point. It's ingrained in me, and I think most of you probably know why. But thank you all for watching, and I will catch you next time. Hello. Ugh. Weber. Actually, why don't we finish this thing off and then wrap up the episode? Or not, because it'll just disappear. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.